Here she comes. Hi, sweetie. Look at the light on you. Aren't you pretty, huh? Come here. Come here. Don't you look away from me. Today's a Tuesday. It's usually time to turn my numbers in. Make sure my sales are up to speed. What do you guys think? The sales numbers good? You are my new sales managers. You are my favorite sales managers. Those are my two orphans. They were introduced to me by their mom. I say her, thought it was a her, but I felt some nubs under the fur, and I assume that means there's a horn's going to be coming out in about 6-7 months. So they're probably two little bucks. So I won't be seeing you for very long. This one winter, you got a safe place to be here, don't you? What I'm guessing is Mom had an idea. She wasn't feeling very good. And I watched her over the last couple of years rear these fawns and do a really good job. She would drop them right behind my barn back there. And this year she really stayed attached to me. When we walked through the woods, she was very comfortable with my dogs. And then one day she brought you two guys over. One of you, the other one's over there. Hung up by the pool, which was put out there for them, of course. And they became comfortable here, obviously. And it's almost like she knew. It's almost like she understood that she wasn't going to be around very long, because 3-4 months later in September, right towards the end of September, she just laid down just past those trees over that hill, deeper in the woods, and went to sleep for good, which understandably broke my heart when I saw it. But I immediately thought of these two guys and the shelter that I built for them. You guys this is what I love. So they have each other, which is really special. It makes me feel like I don't have to be their I can be their protector to a degree, but they have their comfort with each other. These are wild animals, they should stay that way. But I want to make sure they get through the winter. I have a feeling, and I could be reading way too much into this, but I think Mom knew that they were safe here. Her instincts were good, at least. Still hard to walk out there. Her rib cage is still out there. The eagles took care of that, but nothing goes to waste around here. But there's like about 30-40 deer in here, but these two hang out here constantly, and I think they've been kicked out of a few little social circles, and I think you guys are good with me, huh? You guys are good with me? That's what you got for this year. Who's behind me? And they always find out what's going on around me before I even know. Anyways, that's the update on my orphans. They're doing good. We're starting to get a few flurries here. Can you believe this is January in Montana? Unbelievable. But it's a good update. They're doing good. I went away for 3 days and I was worried sick about them. They were here waiting. I called out in the woods and they came running. So maybe they're not as wild as they should be, but they definitely are skittish, which is a good thing. That's the update. A white-tailed deer did start this whole initial infatuation, at least for me, with animals, wild ones specifically. And it led to domestic, of course. I was young, 5, 6 years old. We used to go camping a lot. When you grow up on the East Coast and you don't have a whole bunch of money, you do things that are free. So we used to go up to New Hampshire and Maine and, you know, camp, pull out the old Coleman tent. We had one of those old VW campers with the pop-up roof, and we used it a lot. And one morning when everyone was sleeping, I kind of wandered outside to the fire pit that we built the night before, and it was still smoldering a little, and I stuck a stick in it and kind of moved the coals around a little, and I noticed I was being watched within 10 feet by this most beautiful brown eyes I've ever seen. Huge ears, just completely gazing right at me. Of course, initially I was startled, but didn't react, which was a good thing. And I just sat there and stared. We stared at each other for, I don't remember, it seemed like a long time. It was probably a few minutes. And somebody rustled inside and made a noise, and she took off. That quick moment, though, completely fixated me on the idea I needed to know more. I didn't really know what she was doing, but to me, in my mind, it felt like communication, and I just didn't know how to interpret it. And I think it has fueled many, many trips into the darkest, deepest woods all around the world, actually, but mostly here in Alaska and Yellowstone and Glacier and anywhere I could find places to roam. And there's a sacred trust between animals, and it's pure. I think part of the reason that people have trouble with the rules and laws of nature is they are unforgiving and they're often cruel. But to me, they're honest, and there's a lot of beauty in their honesty. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't see that in many people. I see that in very few, but I do see it in most animals. This one taught me a lot of things, and she was more approachable than any other animal that I've had, and I've been approached by a lot of animals. And I, the idea that she actually trusted me back, I guess. And yeah, if I'm eating an apple on the bench and she comes up and nudges me, I'm gonna give her part of my apple. I know it's part of the deal. And with her babies now, who are still here to this day, every day they come by 2, 3 times a day and they sleep on my property someplace. I know they're looking for comfort, but also food too, especially in the wintertime. And we're deep into March now, and we're getting hit on pretty hard, heavy with snow right now. Finally, we've had a pretty mild winter, but that was my commitment, to see them through the winter, make sure they get off to a good start, and maybe take it from there. No expectations. But if you are feeling a little dissociated from things around you, wherever you are, reach out to things that accept you for your actions of the moment, not before, not after, but how you treat them. And it sure is a hell of a way to touch the deepest parts of yourself as well. I'm so honored to have these 2 babies still hanging around. Unfortunately, I think word's getting out now, though, and the herd's moving up the hill. Are you guys kidding me? Look at all you guys. What's happening? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's an 8th one down there. I've already chased a few of the bigger ones away from them as they kind of hoof them. But I stopped doing that because they need to learn how to protect themselves. I My instincts are just motherly at this moment, and I'm not a deer, so I have to let them do their thing.
I see.
And
I know the dogs are behind you. They're not going to do anything.
my wife's still praying that she doesn't walk in one day and we have 3 or 4 deer in our living room because it's too cold. So we'll see what happens. Guys out there on my deck. Are they out there on my deck? They are out there on my deck. Look how cool that is. And the garlic garden. Hi, Roy. There you are. How's the deck? Hi, guys. Hi. Oh, they're so cute. Well, I'm glad someone's enjoying my deck. Oh, she's licking water. I gotta bring water to them. That's what she wanted. A little water. Come on, Lee. Hi, Lee. Get some water. Hi. I got water for you guys. Better than sucking snow and deck water, right? Have you ever seen the movie The Shining, where these 2 girls are just tormenting this poor little boy all over the Outlook Hotel? And every time he turns around, he's got these guys staring. At least you're moving now. You're not just dead silence. You're not dead still. My little orphans, you guys can do whatever you want.